Hey, Dr. Brett, I'm back with my wife, Chanaka.
Hey, I'm Shnagan. I have a new question. It's about relationship.
Awesome.
We call soulmate.
Okay, cool.
What do you think about soulmate?
I'm a believer, but I'm kind of a romantic at heart, so not everybody's a believer here, but I truly believe that there are, some very special, deep relationships that take on a depth and a closeness that we would consider soulmates, right? Almost as if you've done past lives with them, if you believe in such a thing. And my perspective is that if there's 7 or 8 billion people on this planet, there's probably a couple thousand potential soulmates, right? It's not just one. There's probably several, if not several hundred or several thousand. We just don't meet them, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like you and I are soulmates, and we met in Bangkok, 8,650 miles from here, right? And that's because I did something different, right? Went and ran my business from overseas, and and it was kind of awesome, right? And then next thing you know, you and I connected on a blind date, and we've been together ever since, pretty quickly too.
It's not
Sounds like a soulmate thing.
It's
right?
not a coincidence that people stay at home and waiting for soulmate to come.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of being passive in life, waiting. Why don't you go live, right? I lived overseas, right? I didn't wait, right? And then I experienced. I was online, and next thing you know, boom, right? We had one date, and then we're off and running, right? Really cool. I like to tell the story how our 4th date, I always thought it was our 3rd date, but it was actually technically our 4th date was in Singapore for 48 hours long, because I had to leave the country every 30 days for their immigration laws as an American. And so I had plans at a hotel. I think it was it the Shangri-La? And, it was like a really nice hotel that I booked in Singapore. And it turned out that her best friend had just moved there a few months before. And so when I asked her to come to Singapore with me, she said yes with a backup plan, just in case.
Yes. It's normal.
Is what normal?
I think it's normal.
Yeah,
You need to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Everything
No,
for-
I mean, I think is, certainly for the first 4 dates, I mean, do you have a backup plan now, babes? Well, I hope not after 2 years. Shit.
Yeah. No, I feel like people ask for soulmate. They believe in soulmate, but how do you know that you meet someone that be your soulmate?
Well, I think the more you live in present moment in time, the more present you are, less in your head, right? The more you can feel your way through life, not think your way through life. And so when you meet somebody and there's some really nice chemistry, and you're smart enough to know that you still have to stay present and play it out, right? It needs to play out, so you don't want to. One of my Dr. Brett expressions is not to turn a date into a soulmate, which is a metaphor for not to go crazy just because you met somebody you have chemistry with. You don't know who they are really for real until you live with them or work with them every day. That's the way I look at it. So it still has to play out, but sometimes when you meet somebody, you can kind of sense that there's something special there. I've done that with friends where my buddy Amar, 11 years ago, I shook his hand in Westport, Connecticut at a networking event, and on the handshake I said to him, we're going to be friends, and we're really good friends, and we've been really good friends for 11 years or more. So sometimes you can feel it out.
Yeah, like for me, I work as a astrology fortune, not a fortune teller, fortune astrologer, and one of the most popular question that I get every time is when will they meet soulmate, or who is their soulmate?
Yeah.
But my sister, she told me that if that is the right one, if that is their soulmate, they don't need these people to come to astrologer or fortune teller to ask to this question. And I completely agree with her, because every time when we come to talk with like psychic, it means that might not be the right one for them. And you know, like sometimes people told them that, oh, this guy is their soulmate, and they believe that. And
Right.
even the guy or girl that make something bad for them,
Yeah.
they don't. They
Yeah,
just-
you can get into a lot of trouble in life when you blindly follow anyone, whether it's
Yes.
a doctor or an astrologer, right?
Yes.
You want to use your own intuition.
Yes.
So when someone says that, you know, you call a psychic up and they say this person's your soulmate after one date, that can lead you astray if you're not careful. What if they're an abusive person or something? You know what I mean? So you like I said, you've got to play it out. If the chemistry's there, that's terrific. But you still have to play out the relationship in present moment time, getting to know the person, right? Communicating with the person on a regular basis. We did a 10-day road trip. I told everybody after our 10-day road trip, 4 months or 5 months into our relationship, that wow, I mean, really, I can marry this girl in a heartbeat, because I could feel that 10 days together on the road 24/7, and she was amazing, right? And it's like, because you see somebody in every angle, right? There's nowhere to hide when you're, you know, driving cross country and, you know, doing it the slow way. So,
yeah.
you know, there's no substitute for spending time and getting to know somebody and learning how to communicate together.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. I'm Dr. Brett.
I'm Shnakan.
Thank you.